This is my last show with you for a while. I leave Ukraine in a couple of days, and I do so with a heavy heart, largely because of the suffering I've witnessed here and on the part of the refugees I met in Poland and Hungary before I got here, but also because I've come to know a tiny percentage of the people of this nation, and I'm deeply inspired by them. They are showing the world what an existential fight for democracy looks like. This show decided when the war began that it was important to concentrate on the many aspects of this horror. And that has meant less coverage of some very important U.S. stories, which my MSNBC colleagues have done an incredible job of staying on top of and holding power to account. Those stories, like the continued attacks on voting rights and abortion rights and gay rights and trans rights, and the ongoing brazen attempts to subvert American democracy, are not unrelated to the struggle for basic rights in this fledgling democracy of Ukraine. There just aren't bombs and tanks and missiles and rockets involved at home. But the fundamental urges are the same. People yearn to be free, to love who they want and live where they want, free of threat. The other lesson with which I leave is that in the face of growing atrocities against innocent civilians here, war crimes, and what many in this country, including its president, are calling an attempted genocide, the world needs to do better. Democracy and freedom are imperiled worldwide. If it's tough for NATO and the UN to prevent one country from actually invading another and subverting its population, imagine the struggle our world order has with those countries in which portions of the population are persecuted by their own governments. Afghanistan, Syria, China, Myanmar, Israel, India, to name just a few, and there are many more. And we, meaning the media, have to do better at covering vulnerable populations all over the world. We've given Ukraine and its 4 million refugees our full attention, as we should. But we owe similar attention to the nearly 27 million other refugees in the world. We're worried for the 6.5 million Ukrainians who've not fled the country but have been forced or scared out of their homes to elsewhere in Ukraine. Unbelievably, there are 48 million more such internally displaced people in the world. Solving this is going to be hard, but while we fight for democracy in America, let's keep fighting for those who are suffering from it today with their lives, all of them. Let's keep them all in our hearts. Let's resist the urge to look away, even when it's hard. Watching this unfold is really hard. I want to thank you for spending the last 5 weeks with me. Thank you to my amazing team here that's traveled with me through 3 countries to bring you these shows, and to Rachel's incredible staff back in New York for keeping this show's DNA intact during these turbulent times. But mostly, thanks to you for allowing us to adapt a bit to give the beginning of this war the attention that it deserves. I'm going to see you all back home in just a few days.